on WCIA3, your local news leader.
A week ago, I was in your studio, and I actually was very optimistic that we might just have a deal this time.
But the city of Urbana and the building's owner are back to square one with the Landmark Hotel. After the winner of the most recent auction couldn't come up with a deposit, Urbana couldn't come to terms with a second company.
But Mayor Diane Marlin isn't on board with letting the hotel sit for the next 20 years, the way it has been for the last 2 decades.
We're not looking at just a couple of years. This hotel really hasn't been viable for 20 years.
Since 2000, the Landmark Hotel in Urbana has had several owners and gone through 2 bankruptcies. Its current owner purchased it in 2010.
We supported the owner in his efforts to renovate it, to operate it, and to sell it. But it is a critical site in our downtown.
JWM Ventures won the auction for the hotel in September, but couldn't come up with the deposit. A broker in Chicago lined up another buyer, but the company and the city couldn't come to terms.
This time around, this company was willing to, they didn't want to ask for money up front, but they ultimately were asking for a rebate of all the new property taxes, sales tax, hotel motel tax, pretty much indefinitely, which we can't absorb.
Mayor Diane Marlin says all options are on the table, and that could include the city trying to buy the property.
I think the market is telling us something about this property, and we need to start facing the reality here. So we're going to be internally having some discussions as well.
Mayor Marlin says the Landmark Hotel is just a part of the heart of Urbana.
And I really have been encouraging people to think about the Lincoln Square site as a whole. I think it's the key to really revitalizing our downtown. So that's why we did the What's in Your Square visioning exercise earlier this year.
Now, we reached out to the hotel owner for comment about what his plans might be for the Landmark. He has not responded. As for what's happening in Urbana, the city's compiling results from the What's in Your Square initiative, and we'll be rolling those out shortly. City Council identified its priorities this year, and topping the list was revitalizing that Lincoln Square site.
All right.